Hi, Total Gym team. It's Becca here, and I've got a really fun Pilates cardio flow for us today. So here's what you need. Obviously, you need your Encompass. We are also going to use the foothold, so make sure you have that attached right in between the rails, your hand pulleys, and your squat stand. All right, so we're gonna warm up on the equipment and we'll take us through this flow. It's gonna feel so good. You're gonna feel energized and ready to take on the rest of your day. So let's jump in literally. We're gonna come down onto our backs, bringing our hips all the way to the bottom of the squat stand, the glide board, however it is comfortable for you to do that. And then you're gonna just relax your head, neck, and shoulders back onto the glide board, hands down by your side. You should be able to feel the edges of the glide board. Go ahead and take that spine, place it right in that neutral position, engage it, push down through those feet, and start to lift and lower that glide board towards the tower. Now, I want you to be somewhere in the range of 15 to 22 today. So we got lots of room to work. I want you to feel confident, comfortable, but also challenged with this resistance, right? We do want to feel some heat in the legs. So make sure that resistance is set somewhere that feels good in the body. And as you begin to move, I do want you to bring awareness. Awareness to how the body is moving and feeling today. Does anything feel creaky? Do we need to spend some time anywhere? Let's just take our minds from whatever else is going on in our world, bring it into our space right here. 3, 2, hold it at the bottom on 1. Just that right heel is going to lift and lower. Keep that left leg steady. Keep that glide board steady. Just that right heel lifts and lowers for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both heels down. Lift and lower that glide board. Back to that full range. And maybe this time we get a little deeper into that narrow squat. Feet are about a hip's distance apart. And the feet, the positioning, the feeling in the feet are very important here. So make sure that you feel all 5 toes on that squat stand, the heel, the balls of the feet. You feel that weight pretty evenly distributed. 3, 2, hold it at the bottom on 1. Just that left heel lifts and lowers. Good. A lift and lower. Right leg is holding strong and steady. Good. We have 4. Breathing 3. Last 2. And 1. Back to full range, lifting and lowering. I hope we're getting nice and warm. I am feeling warm in those legs. 6, 5. Great work, team. This is not easy. We have 2 and 1. We're going to walk those feet a little bit farther down so our heels are kind of hanging off the edge of the bottom of the squat stand. We're just going to take a few calf raises here. Just again, feeling that motion of the ankles, feeling that lift and lower, that push through the balls of the feet, that nice strong center. Head, neck, and shoulders relax down onto that glide board. Just a few more here, and then we're actually going to walk those feet right back up to where they were on that squat stand. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. We should be nice and warm through those calves and those ankles. Go ahead and walk those feet back onto the squat stand so they're flat to start. From here, we're going to rise up on those toes. We're going to press down into that narrow squat, coming all the way back up and then lowering those heels down. So we have a lift with the heels, a lower with the hips, lift with the hips, lower with the heels. So in dance world, we call this a releve. You might know it as that, or a calf raise, or a heel lift. I'm not sure if you can hear my toe cracking every time I lift and lower. We can thank dance, years of dance for that. We have a couple more here. And we're essentially going to reverse that work we did earlier. So let's hold it at the bottom with those heels lifted. And now all I want you to do is drop that right heel and then lift it. Drop and lift. Hold that glide board steady. Keep that left leg working nice and strong. 4 more. 3 more. 2 and 1. Hold it right there. Both heels lifted. Find bottom pulses. 10, 9, 8. You got it. Down an inch, up an inch. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to that first move. Up, heels down, heels up. Glide board comes down. Lift, lower, lift, return. You've got it. Up, breathing in, staying strong. 3, 2, 1 more. Holding at the bottom. Now just that left heel. Drop, lift, drop. Take a peek at those ankles. Make sure they're not going out or in. We want them right in line underneath the shin of the leg, keeping them strong in that alignment. We have 2 more. Last one. Find those pulses. Down an inch, up an inch, down and up. Good. How low can you get that glide board? Can you find that control? 5 more. 4. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Switching gears a little bit. We're not done with legs, but we are going to change it up. So I want you to take a moment and take your time to roll up. So we make sure we're not going to fall off the edge of that glide board. And we're going to take those feet towards the struts. So those 2 metal pieces right underneath of your squat stand. We're going to inhale those arms out to the side. And if you don't have room, you can always bend the elbows a little bit. What I want you to do is just find length, space through the collarbone, space through the center and the spine without opening up the rib cage, okay? So we're still in that neutral position. We're going to take a breath in, breath out, and you're going to find a twist. Breath into the center, breath out, twist the opposite direction. Good. Breath in, breath out, extend that back arm. Inhale through the center. Exhale, twist. Again, feel how the body is moving today. What do you need? It's totally acceptable to modify, challenge where you'd like, but we don't know where to add or subtract those things unless we bring awareness to what we need. 1 more. Come back to the center. Inhale those arms all the way up. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Nice long spine. Breath in. Breath out, flat back. We're reaching forward. Pinkies are going towards the top of the squat stand. Thumbs coming to the tower. We inhale, lift. Exhale, flat back forward. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. If lifted arms is not in the cards for you today, bring them behind the head, but keep those elbows wide. Inhale, lift. Glide board is going to be moving a little bit. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Let's go 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, down. Good. Inhale back to the top. And we're going to come back down into our flat position on that glide board. So walk your feet up onto that squat stand. Slowly lay back. Glide board's going to close. And I want you to shimmy down a little bit closer to the bottom. Head, neck, and shoulders are going to be flat to start, but then I invite you to lift them into a crunch if it feels all right on the neck when we begin our jumps. So go ahead and just find that full range squat. Let's get comfortable there first, just a few reps. And then when you're ready, let's start those jumps. Pushing that squat stand away from you, really strong. Seeing if you can get those feet to come up a little bit above that squat stand. So we've got that little lifting motion. 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath. Take those arms, inhale. Exhale back down. Let's go one more round, just like that. Lifting and lowering. Find full range squats first. Ready? Back to those jumps. Here we go, team. Rolling toe ball heel. Paying attention to how the feet are leaving the squat stand and coming back onto the squat stand. Are they even? Is one foot hitting first? Are you rolling through those feet? Think attention to detail. 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing work. Big breath in. Exhale. We're going to come up. We're going to change up our machine and change up our series. So grab a sip of water if you need it. That was such a fun way to warm up. And we're going to take our equipment down somewhere between a 4 and a 6. Okay, so switching gears into some upper body work. Go ahead and attach those hand pulleys to the top of that glide board for me. Grab onto those hand pulleys. We're going to face the tower first. Get into some triceps, get into some back. Then we'll flip it around, finish with shoulders and biceps. So you've got one hand pulley in each hand, anchor down, knuckles onto that glide board. Body is facing the tower, and we're kneeling or seated. If your knees don't love this position, I invite you to sit down, and then your feet can either be out in front of you or alongside the glide board. We're just going to start with a nice proud chest here. No arch, slight tuck in those hips. Find that nice solid spinal alignment. And I'm going to make one adjustment on my machine because I just noticed that my point of pull was not the same on my lat bar. So make sure they're the same for you. Push down through those hands, press back behind you. Slowly bring those arms forward. Inhaling, pushing, pressing back. Think about length and openness through that collarbone. So a lot of times when we feel that resistance, what we want to do is go inward and find that motion. What I want you to do is think open, long position, palms pressed back, breathing. We have solid control on the way back and solid control on the way forward. Concentric and eccentric movement. Sometimes I like to think about it and I like to count in my head. So for example, I will go 1, 2, 3, back, 1, 2, 3, forward. Keeps me honest a little bit so I know I'm not rushing on the way back forward. We have 2 more. Good. Last one. Beautiful. Knuckle down, keep those hand pulleys with you. We're just going to shift up into an all fours position. I want you to take those knees back a little bit so the knees are right underneath those hips. And the right knee is going to come in towards the center of that glide board. Left leg is going to go out behind you. And what we're going to do is keep it straight. You're going to come up, cross over just a little bit, like you're trying to reach around towards that other side of your body. And then you're going to come up and bring it forward. So we're inhaling, lifting left leg back, exhaling on the way down. Again, we are all about control here. We have a nice long spine. Nothing is moving through that torso. This is all about how the hip is moving, that hip mobility. Pretend you're right up against the wall on the right-hand side. That'll prevent us from swaying. And be careful that we're not locking out those elbows. We don't want to hyperextend and put any unnecessary tension back there. Let's go 2 more. Here's your last one. Hold it back there. Draw me little circles with that left leg. Keep that leg as straight as you can. Think about a long energy line coming through the foot. 4, 3, 2, Reverse that circle. 8, 7, 6, 5. You've got it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bring those knees a little bit closer to that golden V at the top of the glide board. Palms facing down, moving right in to a nice wide row. Now, we haven't changed up our resistance at all, and this wide row might feel really simple or easy or not super challenging on the knees where you are. If you'd like, you can come up to a lifted kneeling position. Just keep in mind, the glide board's in motion, so we want to make sure we are not going to fall forward by keeping those glutes and those abdominals nice and strong as we move here. Again, we have space in the front of the chest. Those elbows are wide or driving them towards the space behind us. Staying strong, staying lifted through the chest. Don't arch back. 3, 2, 1 more. And we'll go into that back body series on the other side. So go ahead and knuckle down, shift those knees back a little bit, right leg step 4 points off to the side. We're going to take it back, little bit of a cross, and then return back to that side body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. At any point, you have the opportunity to take a breather, do what you need to do, get back into it when you're ready. Remind yourself that there's an imaginary wall on that left-hand side. We don't want to sway. If those arms are starting to feel shaky, that's totally normal. Just your body saying, we're working. Our muscles are engaged. Torso stays nice and still. Make this about the hip mobility, the core stability, the strength through the body. 2. 1 more. Hold it. Circle that right leg up and around. Nice and lifted, strong position through that leg. You got 4, 3, 2. Reverse that circle. 8, 7. Stay with me, strong team. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more movement pattern on our knees. We're going to take those arms out in front of us. I want you to flip those palms up to the sky this time. Reset that neutral spine. We can either stay down, hips on heels, or we can lift up. Wherever you're working, we're coming into a lifted bicep curl position. And what I don't want you to do, I just caught myself doing it, is leaning back, okay? Keep the shoulders right on top of the ribs on top of the hips. Get that core in a really strong position. It's braced. It's not moving here at all. This is about those biceps. Little bit of shoulders because we're trying to keep those elbows elevated. 3, 2, hold it on 1. Here is a challenging move. See if you can take those arms open and close. Woo! Open and close. You've got it. 3. Now I'm breaking a sweat. 2. 1 more. Out, in, and relax. Great work, team. Keep a hold of those hand pulleys. Reach forward into a child's pose. Breathe here for a moment. Relax those back muscles. And we will anchor down, take one foot off and then the other. We're going to spin around facing away from our tower, keeping those hand pulleys with you. Have a seat and stretch those legs out long in front of you. We're going to continue with a quick bicep series, move into core, and then we'll finish with that foothold. So as we get started here, we're coming into a serve the platter. Make this position really smooth. Make this movement really smooth. No jolts with the machine. Back to that 1, 2, 3 count. 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Body is lifted. Couple more, you're doing great. And we are not going to be in this position for too long. One more time, reach out, hold it right there. I want you to take those palms so they're facing in towards each other. From here, we're going into a chest fly. So again, core is going to work really hard here against that resistance. So is the chest. Be careful that we're not hyperextending through those elbows. Keep a soft bend. Go. 3, 2. Watch the neck positioning. 1 more. And we did it. That was quick. Bring those feet down. You can let go of those hand pulleys. We're going to stand up, let that glide board come to a close. And we're not going to change too much on our resistance. So I'll tell you where we're going, and you can decide if you would like to change any points of that resistance. But we're going to take that hand pulley system off. We're going to lift that foothold up so it locks in place. Feel free to give it a tug or two to make sure it's where it needs to be. And then here's where we're going to go. We're going to put one foot into that foothold and then the other. You're going to sit to the top of that glide board. And we're going to start with roll downs. Okay, so the higher you are on that tower with your levels of resistance, the more challenging this is going to be. So keeping that in mind, you can always come down, do a few reps, pause, get off, and adjust where you need to be too. Rewind to get those reps back in. All right, so toes are flexed up against the top portion of that foothold. Arms are going to be out in front of us. We're taking a deep breath in on your exhale, starting with that belly button, pulling back to your spine. Glide board is going to shift. I want you to feel that pelvic tilt only, and then I want you to come back up. So we're just working in that initial rounded position, pelvic tuck, and then lifting up, finding neutral spine. Okay, coming back, keeping those arms out in front of you, and inhaling up. You have a couple more here. 2. Here's your last one. Hold that rounded position, that pelvic tilt. Left elbow comes back. Take your eyes with it. Try to reach that elbow onto the glide board. Bring it forward. Switch. Hold that rounded position. Good. Reach back and forward. Exhale. Inhale. You got it. Back and forward. Back. Forward. You have 4. Control the movement. 3. Moving right into our full roll up in 2. Last one. Come to the center. Control all the way down. Arms come up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale without momentum. Lift up. Keep rounding all the way forward. Reach for that foothold. Stretch into those hamstrings. Roll back up to that neutral position. Let's go again. Rounding back. Keeping it going. Arms up to the sky. Breath in. Exhale, lift up. Round, round, round. Keep rounding. Up, 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 and over. And rising up. Let's keep it going. 3 more. When you come up into that rounded position, I want you to imagine that there's a pole right over top of those hips. And when you come up and over, we're trying to lift ourselves up and over that pole, getting a beautiful release for that back, the hamstrings, and then stacking. So it's not about how far you can fold forward. It's more about that up and over feeling. Up and over, up and over. Reach those arms forward. Pull those hips back. Stacking up. Last one. Exhale down. Arms to the sky. Breath in. Exhale, lift up. Round, 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 all the way up. And lift. Beautiful job. Go ahead and we're gonna come out of that foothold. Take your time. Be careful. Send that glide board all the way back. We'll lower that foothold down. We'll take a moment, bring that glide board up to a flat position and just have a seat onto it. We'll just close our class together. Okay, just finding a nice comfy position. I want to thank you for your energy today. It's not easy to show up to get the job done, but you did it and you did an incredible job. We went through a lot of different exercises today and it was a full body experience. So give yourself a pat on the back and let's end it together with a big breath in, reaching those arms all the way up to the sky. Down through heart center, honoring our movement today, honoring our time together. Thank you so much for your energy, and I will see you next time.